Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, hi, my name is Dana. I upload new videos at least once a week, so now is a great time to subscribe to my channel and stay up to date with all of my new videos. Also, if you're new to the tea journey, I might be able to help you there too. I recently wrote an ebook all about the basics of tea, going through each tea type, explaining how they're different, all of the basic information you need to go into a tea store and explore with confidence. If that sounds interesting to you, that'll be linked below. But today I have another new tea to try, and this one is spiced apple chai from Adagio. All right, before we do anything else, let's open this bag up and get our tea steeping. Okay, now we can set this to the side, let it steep, and check out the loose tea. So let's go ahead and read the description. So this is spiced apple chai, and it says timeless duo of apples and spice. Juicy and pleasantly sweet like warm applesauce with a clean, refreshing texture. That's interesting, like warm applesauce. So this is a black tea, and the ingredients are black tea, cinnamon bark, ginger root, cardamom, orange peels, cloves, apple pieces, natural apple flavor, and natural cinnamon flavor. And this is 3 ounces of tea, so it comes up to right about here. So I wish the bag was a little bit smaller, but I always talk about Adagio's packaging and how I wish it was a little bit different. And then on the back, it goes into some more details about the black tea. So it says, fresh teas direct from origin, artisan black teas. Our black teas are made with hand-picked fresh tea leaves that are oxidized before drying. Traditionally preferred by Western cultures, black teas offer the strongest flavors and highest caffeine content. Recent studies have shown them to provide health benefits similar to those of green and white teas. Our artisan black teas come direct from farmers in China, India, and Sri Lanka. So it would make sense that recent studies have shown black teas to provide health benefits similar to green and white teas because they all come from the same plant. It's all the Camellia sinensis plant, which is the tea plant. So it would make sense that white, green, oolong, black, and pour teas would all share some of their benefits because they're all from the same tea leaves. Let's give it a sniff. It smells obviously like a chai. I'm not picking up as much apple as I'd like, but I'm getting I believe the cloves pretty strong. It smells like I smell the orange peel and the cloves, and it smells really nice and comforting. It smells cozy, every chai is cozy, but it smells particularly cozy. Maybe I'm getting a little apple, but it reminds me of in the winter, if you go to a cabin or a spa. I don't know why, it's giving me that kind of vibe. Like a cozy winter vacation, you're all snuggled up, it's snowing outside. It smells really good. Those comforting spices, I mean, you can't go wrong with a chai. I made it my mission for the fall and winter this year to try as much chai as I can. So I tried to pick ones that are a couple basics, but a couple that are a little bit different. And this was one of the ones that I expected to be a little bit different. Nothing crazy, because apple and chai spices together isn't really anything outrageous, but I just thought this one might be kind of a cool variation on a chai to be extra cozy. Apple's really comforting as well. So here's how it looks in the spoon. You could definitely see the black tea. Some of those spices come through, but we will definitely spread it out to get a better look. Something I find really interesting is that apple pieces in a tea don't really provide flavor so much as sweetness. So it's interesting to note that this has, of course, apple pieces, but then also natural apple flavor, because it's very difficult to get that apple flavor to come across without adding any sort of flavor to it, because the pieces really just add sweetness to a tea. The flavor doesn't come through from those. So this has kind of a double dose of apple, I guess, if you think about it. So they're gonna really make sure that we taste it. But here it is all spread out. The spices look more like little pieces and not so much like big full pieces. Like I don't see any cloves in here. I think this probably is a little orange peel. Here's a little orange peel piece, but it's very small. I wonder if I could find any like bigger. Oh, it looks like there are some bigger pieces here. Oh, there we go. Okay. Here's some cloves. I pulled out another scoop and I found 2 cloves right away. So they didn't let me down there. Cloves are so cute. Am I like the only person who thinks like spices are cute? The cinnamon bark is in smaller pieces. So it's just like little pieces of cinnamon. So here's one of those we can look at. Ginger root. Let's see if I can find a piece of ginger. Here's the ginger. Cardamom. So I don't see cardamom pods, but I do see the seeds. So it looks like they don't use the whole pods either. David's tea always seems to use full pod, and I just really like seeing it because again, it's cute. It looks cute to me, but I definitely see the seeds in here. So I know there's cardamom here, but it's not in the pod, which I think it kind of makes sense. Plum Deluxe, I think they use ground cardamom, so it's not like still in the seeds. So it's always interesting to see what different tea companies do. And I do really understand like why you would not want to keep it in the pod, because I don't know if like the outside of the pod has flavor or if the flavor comes from the seed, and like grinding it to expose like more of the seed, I feel like probably would provide the most flavor. I might be wrong though, but that's like my little cardamom theory. Apple pieces. Here's one. Here's a nice big one. Nice big apple piece. Natural apple flavor and natural cinnamon flavor. So let's go on Adagio's website and see if we can get a little bit more information about this tea. In person, it looks about the same. Some of the colors are a little brighter, but I've come to kind of expect that now and again for all different tea companies. Usually they make the pictures look a little more like enhanced, and it does look like there's some bigger pieces in the picture. But that's okay, it's pretty much on par. It says, our spiced apple chai features the timeless, comforting combination of apples and spice, a lively blend of black tea, classic spices from Indian masala chai, and bright notes of crisp apple, juicy and pleasantly sweet like warm applesauce with clean, refreshing texture. Sugar, cream, or soy if desired. Ooh, ingredients and lore. I forgot that they do this. This is kind of cool. Historically, tea in India was viewed as herbal medicine rather than as a beverage for tasting. Some chai spice blends still in current use are derived from Ayurvedic medical texts. Popular spices include anise, cinnamon, clove, cardamom, peppercorn, and ginger. Traditional preparation calls for the spices, milk, and leaves to be simmered over sustained heat rather than steeped in preheated water like regular tea. In India, chai is served in little clay cups from chai carts. After enjoying your tea, the cups are shattered on the ground and allowed to compost. An earth-friendly alternative to the paper and plastic cups popular in the US. That is so cool. Can you imagine if you went to like Starbucks or something and they gave you your drink in like a clay cup, and when you're done with it, you can just like, I would reuse it. I'd like hoard them. So I guess like for me personally, it's probably best that they don't, because my whole house would be full of clay cups. But can you imagine what impact that would have for the environment? I never would have thought to use something like that, like something breakable, but clay cups, you could just throw them on the ground and they'll become part of nature again. That is really cool. I love like that extra information. I really like that Adagio does that. It really like adds a little something. You learn a little bit more. I like that. Instead of just looking at ingredients, I always like when there's some extra facts added in, and that one was particularly cool. So it sounds like this is sort of like a basic masala chai. Masala just means like blend of spices. So like a traditional masala chai would just be like the kind of chai you think of when you think of chai. So this one seems like it is like that with the addition of like that like warm applesauce sort of comforting flavor. David's tea also has an apple chai. It used to just be called spiced apple, but they recently changed it. So I think think it's called apple chai now. But that one's very different from this because I never thought of it as a chai. It was always just called like spiced apple, but they recently added it to that collection. It's apple and all kinds of spices. Star anise, I remember, was in it. And I mean, I guess I could see it as a chai now that they're calling it that, but it was a fruit infusion. So no like black tea or any sort of like actual tea leaves in there, and completely caffeine free. So it seems like Adagio went more of the route to like a real traditional chai, just with a special twist of comforting apple. But I think we're about good to remove the infuser. Maybe it's like weird that I'm even thinking about this, but it said like, you know, to make it obviously as a latte because it's a chai. So maybe I'm being weird about this because like, I mean, it's a chai, but I feel like apple with milk would be weird, right? But I don't know, because you eat warm apple pie with ice cream, so might be like that vibe. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and try it. Smells a little bit appley now. I'm so excited. So I taste all the chai spices. I'm not sure if I get the apple. I'm trying to find it. The spices are beautiful though. This is a very nice chai. I feel the spices a little bit. They're not too sweet or too spicy. They're just perfect. It's nice. The way the black tea comes together with the spices, honestly, it's like your perfect chai. I'm not sure I get so much apple. I do get like a hint of sweetness. Maybe that's where the apple's coming through. Yeah, you know what? Not as much apple as I expected. But I wonder if I compared it side by side, like if I drank this and had just like Adagio's masala chai, if I had 1 cup of this and 1 cup of that, if I might be able to recognize the apple a little better. But I'm just not sure I'm getting it. I really would have liked to taste that apple because that's what separates this chai from any other chai I've tried, is the addition of the apple. So, I mean, there's a little left to be desired there. I do wish I could taste it more. Well, you know what? Actually, that last sip, I kind of... It's coming through a little bit. When I worked at David's Tea, one of my coworkers she went on vacation and tried something called cider. It was chai and apple cider, like mixed or something. And so I've always been really intrigued about like trying something like that. So I could always do like a little cup of apple juice and steam it, and then like do half apple juice, half apple chai. That might be really good. And then when I worked at Starbucks, I do remember one time someone ordered apple chai and I was like, what do we do for that? And it was basically a chai latte, but instead of the milk, you substitute apple juice. So if you're looking for like an apple cider on the go, more like a traditional cider, because Starbucks also has caramel apple spice, and that one is, it's more of like a sweet drink and it has like caramel drizzle and whipped cream, but you could always ask for an apple chai and just tell them if they don't know what that is, which at my work they did. It seems like they knew what that was, so my coworkers were able to tell me what that entails. But if you say like, can I do an apple chai? And they're like, what is that? All you'd have to say is, can you make a chai latte, but instead of milk, use the apple juice, and you got yourself kind of like a cider type thing. So there's a little like Starbucks hack, if you will, if you're looking for like an apple cider on the go. But yeah, I think I could make something cool out of this if I do like some apple juice, some chai. That might be really fun. I'm not getting I'm not getting the amount of apple I want. I am getting like a light hint. I mean, it's really good though. It's an excellent chai. I don't know if I would have realized that there's apple flavor like meant to be in it. Because again, the apple pieces just add sweetness, and then like the apple flavor, I feel like there's a little bit. But otherwise, I would just think that this is like a beautiful, awesome chai with just like a perfect ratio of spice. And you know what? The orange, there's orange peel, but it doesn't taste like orange. You know, there was one that I tried, Deluxe Autumn Chai from Plum Deluxe, or like Autumn Almond Chai, something like that. And that had orange peel, and it really tasted to me like an almond orange tea with some spices. Like it didn't taste like a chai to me. The orange and the almond were really like the star. Whereas this tastes like just a bright, wonderful chai. Like I don't really get like specifically fruity notes. The orange peel is really just brightening up the spices and brightening up the black tea and adding just an element of brightness instead of adding like the flavor of an orange. It's in the background. It's not something that you would taste immediately, but it really does add that like supportive brightness that makes this chai even more wonderful. All right guys, so I enjoy this. It wasn't exactly what I was hoping because the apple flavor is so light in comparison to everything else. I definitely taste it more as a chai than an apple tea. And honestly, like it's such a good chai that I'm not really like that bummed out about it. Like it's a really good tea. I probably wouldn't buy it again because there's other chais that I would probably choose before this. But I hope you guys are enjoying the start to holiday season. I hope you all had like a beautiful Thanksgiving. I'm actually hosting Thanksgiving this year for my immediate family and I'm so excited. There's really a lot to do, but I'm really excited for it. I get to do most of the cooking and everyone is coming to my apartment and I couldn't be more excited. I just kind of wanted to do a small Thanksgiving and it works out perfectly because I love to cook and bake and I'm gonna get to do that. So drop a comment below, let me know how your Thanksgiving was, what you did, if you ended up drinking any tea after dinner, because I'm filming this before Thanksgiving, but you're not gonna see it till after. So let me know if you drank a cup of tea after your Thanksgiving dinner, what did you drink? But anyway, I hope you guys had an amazing Thanksgiving. I hope you're having a beautiful day and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.